Hello all, myself Vedangi and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So guys, my today's topic for the discussion is the case analysis of Raylands versus Fletcher. So let's begin. So in Raylands versus Fletcher in 1868, the House of Lords laid down the principle of no fault liability, and as a result of that, the rule of strict liability was recognized. That is, even if the defendant had not been negligent towards the harm caused to the plaintiff, or he had not intentionally caused the harm to the plaintiff, still the defendant will be held liable for that. So in this case, the independent contractors were employed by the defendant, and they were employed to construct a reservoir on their land. So the contractors found some disused mines while digging, but they failed to seal them properly, and they filled it with water, as a result of which the water flooded into the adjoining land of the plaintiff and caused damage to the plaintiff's property. So the defendant didn't know about this shafts, and the defendant had not been negligent. The complete negligence was on the part of the independent contractors, because they failed to seal the shafts, as a result of which still the defendant will be held liable for that. Now there are certain requirements, certain essentials that need to be fulfilled so as to comply with the rules of this case. So first one is that the defendant brought something onto his land. Second is the defendant made a non-natural use of the land. Third is the thing that he brought was something that is likely to cause mischief. And the fourth one is the escape of that thing. So first of all, let's discuss these elements in brief. So the defendant brought something onto his land, like he should bring something on his land. That thing must not have grown naturally on his land. Like for example, rocks, or we can say stones, they naturally occur on the land. However, the defendant in this case, he brought water onto his land. So this was like he brought something on his land that is likely to cause damage to the other person. Now the second one is non-natural use of the land. So in this case, a huge amount of excess amount of water was collected on the land, which flooded their mine, as well as caused damage to the plaintiff's adjoining property. So in this case, if we can say that there was non-natural use of the land, basically because they accumulated excess amount of water. Like if you are accumulating water for domestic purposes or ordinary purposes, then that will be a natural use of the land. But here in this case, that was completely non-natural use of land. Third one was that something he brought on his land is likely to cause mischief. So basically he needs to keep that thing in his peril, and also should protect it from escaping in that case. Fourth one was escape. That is very much necessary. Like in this case, the water escaped from the land of the defendant. So basically, therefore we can say that there was an escape of hazardous thing, or there was escape of a dangerous thing from their land that caused harm to the plaintiff. Like for example, if a person has planted a poisonous tree on his land, and the branches of that tree fall on the neighbor's land, and the cattle of the neighbor, he ate all the branches of the tree and he died eventually. So because of that, the defendant will be held liable for that. Now there are certain remedies, like the owner of the land, he can recover damages if the physical harm is caused to himself and to the other's property. And second is, it is no longer clear whether the claimant can recover for that injury or not. Now there are certain defenses, exceptions in this case, where the defendant can take the plea and he can defend himself from the liability of strict liability. So first defense is consent of the plaintiff. So in this point we can say that there should be either express or implied consent of the plaintiff to the presence of that danger, and also there should be no negligence on the part of the defendant. And the consent can be implied by the mutual consent of both the parties, like it can be the reason of the danger, or we can say the source of the danger is basically for the benefit of both the plaintiff and the defendant. Second is the act of the stranger, like if the damage is caused not by the act of the plaintiff nor by the act of the defendant, it is completely the act of the third party. So in this case also the defendant can claim the defense. Third is statutory authority, like an act which is done under the statute is a defense for the action of the tort. But in case if there is a negligence on the part of the party, either of the party, then they can then the defendant cannot take the plea of the statutory authority. And the next one is act of God. Act of God is basically a situation, a circumstance or an event where no human being can foresee the risk that is going to be inflicted on the other party as a result of that act. Like for example, in the case of Nichols versus Marsland, they built and they constructed like artificial lakes and the bridges and waterways, and due to the excessive rainfall, those dams and those bridges got flooded, and which caused damage to the plaintiff's land also. So in this case they cannot foresee the damage that will happen, so the defendant will not be held liable. And the another defense is default on the part of the plaintiff. So also if the plaintiff or if the claimant suffers the damage by himself or willfully intruding to that risk, or if the escape is on the fault of the plaintiff, then the defendant is also escaped from the plea of from paying the compensation to the other party. So here in this case we can conclude that if the defendant had been very careful towards performing a particular act and he has not intentionally caused harm to the other party, still he will be held liable for paying the compensation to the other party. But there are certain defenses in which he can escape from the rule of strict liability that we have discussed. So guys, that's all about my video on this particular topic. I hope you all liked this video. If you guys have any doubt with regard to this video, then you can comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Lex Click. We will meet in the next video with a new topic. Till then, bye.